Hello, this is Nana Mellon from Narragansett, Rhode Island. How you doing today? I'm good. Oh my goodness. How's the weather? Oh my god. Well, I'm a little bundled today. Yeah. I like this cloak. I stole it off of Foxy's bed with a cat on it. So we got a little bit of fur. Oh, I want to show you before I forget. The girls, Mindy, Summer, Winter. Oh my goodness, there's so many of them now. Mindy, Summer, Winter, Tasha, Jeanette, and Clara. Oh my goodness, 6 little girls now. They give me the cutest thing for Christmas. I guess they saved up their allowances or something. And I'm a little tangled here, but it's a little owl. Let me see, how did they do that on the other, as you can see. It's a little owl. Okay, and then you press the top and it springs open. And it's an adorable little watch. Isn't that terrific? And on the back, it's real pretty, kind of engraved there. Yeah, isn't that adorable? Mindy says, it's a clocket. Get it? Lock it. Clock it. Very clever. Of course, Mindy would think of that. That ain't what it actually was called. I think that she says it was called like a pendant watch or something. But it's a clocket with a little owl in the purple. And I think it's adorable. And it's very useful. I love things that are both practical and attractive. Yeah, I'm a little pendant heavy today. There. This hangs real low. It's so cute. Oh, it's like a little ray of sunshine. I love wanting to know what the time is. Oh, and also I got these for Christmas too. Ain't they beautiful? Sparkly. Oh, and also, oh my goodness, I'm all Christmased out today. And the headband. Isn't that beautiful? I love, love, love the turquoise aqua kind of colors. Yeah. Because my eyes are that color. I don't know if nobody ever noticed, but see? They're kind of greeny gray. Yeah, so I'm all kind of that color. But I get a lot of reflections here. Sorry for the reflections in my specs. So anyways, on to business here. Yeah. I just got 3 wonderful books. I've been looking forward to having just something to read. I always seem to get the how-to books and the self-improvement books, and they're all, a little dry. So I wanted something that was gonna, oh, I don't know, take me someplace. So, I love things having to do with the supernatural, like ghosts and things. I'm really fascinated by that. And so is Foxy and Rainy and Daphne too. The only one that don't give 2 hoots about it is Rennie Mae. She's real practical and she says, I don't believe in that truck. So fine, that's her prerogative, of course. But the rest of us, we love that kind of thing. Actually, Daphne and me has gotten to be real close friends. I just think she's an amazing lady. She's so funny and so intelligent, and we just have so much to talk about all the time. And I love her accent. Oh my God, I wish I could talk like that. Oh, geez. So anyways, her hubby, he's got the ranch in Alabama to focus on, so we ain't home never. practically never, and so she just lives down the street, and they deliberately moved down the street so that she wouldn't be all alone in the house all of the time. So she come over here, I go over her place. We're always visiting back and forth. But since she's alone in the house because the adoption papers ain't ready yet for Clara, so she's alone now. They're going to get a dog, I think. But yeah, she's all alone over there. So we go and see her. And we have, we leave a babysitter here, of course. Usually it's Rainy. She loves staying with the kids. And the rest of us go over, Fox and Nana. That's me. Foxy and who else? Anyways, we go over her place and watch scary movies. I watch scary things on the YouTube and all. And we've been watching this lady named Noreen, and she interviews a lot of interesting people, and she has some interesting shows. And there's like a chat room attached. It's considered a live event. And actually, there's one tonight. It's every Thursday, and this is Thursday. So anyways, I was watching one of the recorded interviews, and they was interviewing this author named Andrea Perron. I don't know if you heard of her. Andrea Perron lived with her family in his farmhouse that was real haunted in Rhode Island. She's a Rhode Islander. Oh my God. But she talks way better than me. Oh well. Yeah, but she's from Harrisville, Rhode Island. I ain't never been up there. I'm in the Narragansett's down by the ocean. It's south, and Harrisville, I think, is like, look it up, it says Providence County, so that's pretty far north. Brown is up there, and I think Lincoln. I know the names of the places, but I ain't been to there. Even though Rhode Island is so little, when I was growing up, at least, it took forever to get anywhere because the roads is so bad, potholes everywhere. You can't do the speed limit. You just bottom out your car, bend your axles and your wheels, and make a real mess of your car, and it'll hurt too. Pretty bad all the way around. So you go slow. You learn where the potholes are. I mean, they come and they fill them, but the winters are kind of rough on the roads, and so they last. Let me think. If I remember, the potholes would be really the worst around February because they had all winter to keep getting plowed over, and the salt, and it just makes all of the tar kind of disintegrate, and the earth is all just weak. It's a weak spot, So they shovel the tar in, patch it a bit. It'll be good for summer, but it's an annual thing. So I'd say usually if you got a dry day in February and you want to go someplace, you still got to go slow because of the potholes. So we didn't never go too far because it would take forever. I would say from Narragansett to Providence to take maybe at least 45 minutes to get there. And it's maybe 40 miles. So, no, it ain't that far. Maybe 30. I forget how far Rhode Island is north to south. It ain't 50 miles, but if you can go a mile a minute, you're lucky. But usually, I mean, where I was living, the roads mostly, the speed limit was about 35, unless you got on the highway, and then it was 50, maybe 55. Anyways, you could never get nowhere quick. No. When I was growing up, my mom would say, we got to go someplace, and first words out of my mouth were, how long is it going to take to get there? That's always what I said. We're going to Mystic Seaport. How long does it take to get there? Oh, about 45 minutes. Oh, all right. We're going to Wickford. Oh, good. Wickford only takes 15 minutes. Okay. I always like the short trips. I hate riding in the car. I still do. Just not a fan of the car. So anyway, this train of thought has got derailed. What else is new? So's Andrea Perron. All right. There was a movie come out a year or so ago now, I think, called The Conjuring. It was a horror movie, and it was based on the books Andrea Perron wrote. She wrote a trilogy, and this is what come in the mail today. A trilogy called House of Darkness, House of Light, right there. So I bought all 3 books, and we're gonna get reading. House of Darkness, House of Light. This is the house that was haunted in Harrisville, Rhode Island. This is a painting that a friend of theirs did, a watercolor. That's what says on the back there. And there she is right there. And she's been interviewed by Noreen, and they're pretty good friends. So it's fun to listen to their interviews. And she's got all of these, Andrea's got all of these things to tell about these books. And I ain't started it, like I says, but there's a line of us now. I mean, I'm going to read the first book, and then immediately Daphne wants the second, and then Foxy's in line after Daphne. And Rainey says maybe she'll go last. So once I get through this one, then this week we can be passing around this one while I'm reading the second one, and then we'll have the second one circulate, and then finally I can read the third one while they're reading 1 and 2, and we'll get it done. We got a little book club. So I'm excited. It's fun to read something that, like I said, is going to just maybe escape. But she says in her interviews that if you're looking for a book full of ghost stories, this is a little more than that. It's more like a spiritual journey, like it's House of Darkness, House of Light. So the family was kind of divided over this house. Some hated it and some loved it. And when they left, it took them 10 years to finally get out of there. And, well, geez. So some wanted to leave and some really didn't want to leave. And she says it's kind of divided their family forever. But, yeah, it's her, and she has, I think she got 4 sisters and the parents. Let me see, they move into a house in December 1970. And so I guess about 10 years later, they left. But Ed and Lorraine Warren was involved in this. All right, Ed and Lorraine Warren, do you know who they are? They're exorcists, demonologists. And actually, Ed has died. Ed has passed away, but Lorraine, I believe, is still around, and I think she lives in Connecticut. But they're very famous for the Amityville Horror. They was involved in that. They was called in on that, and you know about all of that. That's a kind of controversial story. Oh boy, there's a lot of anger there with them kids that grew up in that place. And so they're kind of divisive too. So yeah, the Warrens have met some interesting people. And actually, I saw another book. I almost bought it about them. I might buy it after I get through these. I don't know. It looked a little scary, maybe a little too scary for me because it was about the demons, and that kind of talk really bothers me. There ain't much that scares me, but that stuff does. So I mean, ghosts is one thing, angels, UFOs. I can kind of process all of that, but the demon stuff, I don't even like to say that word. I don't even like it. That kind of bothers me. So I'm not sure I would want to have in my house a book that really goes into that in depth. I kind of would like to keep that kind of at arm's length. Yeah. But well, I don't know what this one is totally about. It might have a bit, it might be like that too. I don't know. But yeah, haunted houses. I'm interested in them. I don't want to live in one really. Uh, but I know there's such a thing. And Daphne's, I think she's lived in a haunted house, but it wasn't like a negative haunted. But it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff out there in the world, and it's kind of like to educate yourself about this type of thing. Little knowledge is, I think it's good to know something, and just to know what to stay away from, and what's gonna bother you, and ways you could get in trouble if you don't, like the Ouija board. I used the Ouija board in college. I survived. Uh, that's another subject that's just, real can of worms. Oh, jeez. But I ain't going to get into it. I want to start reading my book, and I've been talking 16 minutes. So I'm going to be going now. I'm looking at my clock. It says it's 5:04. Tea time. Hooray! On this dreary, well, it ain't dreary. The sun is out, but it's still cold. I'm enjoying my blues and my greens today. Did I show you this? I had this for a while, but this is dichroic glass. It's just gorgeous, and I realized it looks real pretty with this sweatshirt, but it ain't coming up real good here on the webcam. Anyway, so this has been Nana Mellon from Narragansett, Rhode Island. Thank you so much for coming over, and do have a wonderful day. Bye-bye, sweeties.